Another interesting sort of byproduct of this is that the communities that we'd engaged with, others that sprang up out of nowhere started to take ownership over the film. So two interesting examples were a group of teachers in Ontario who were teaching high school, in grades 8 to 12, out of nowhere came up and created a study guide for the entire province for teachers to use in the classroom. And of course, educational sales for any documentary filmmaker are very important because they're usually higher cost to the buyer than general sales. And for us, it's important for this film to get out into schools simply to counteract stuff like Fox News and all the stuff that people are inundated with every day. So it was really gratifying to see that happen. You can still see it on the TV Ontario website, tvo.org. And if you Google tvo.org and the corporation and study guide, it'll come up. And there's any teachers you know, feel free to spread it far and wide because they're happy to have it out there. Pardon me. There's also an MBA program in Ontario, at an Ontario university, that created a course around the film. So if you think of the target audience of where it would really, really make a difference that this film be seen, it was very gratifying to see that happen just as a total surprise to us. The DVD was released about a year later. We released VHS first, if anybody remembers VHS. And I still can't believe we made so many of those, but anyway. Since we shot so much, we put in about 6 hours of bonus material. So that was extra interviews, behind the scenes footage, marketing information, all that kind of stuff, just to get as much as possible. And we're actually doing another cut right now that's going to be out shortly, probably to coincide with the 10th anniversary of the film, that's actually cut the film down to 2 hours rather than 2 hours, 25 minutes. I know, slowly, yeah. The advice from our sales agent in the States was that, you know what, you got to make it shorter for the American audience. You got to make it shorter for the American audience. And she was right. So anyway, so we listened a bit late. So when the DVD was released, our marketing person came up with a brilliant idea to have, it might not be new now, it might not have been new then, but it was new to us to hear about it, DVD parties, almost like Tupperware parties, where these communities could get together, order a big boatload of DVDs and sit together, watch it, and then talk about the issues, et cetera, et cetera. And that way we offered bulk discounts for the DVDs and all these kinds of things. And after we made our money back, which was quicker than we thought, a lot of films in Canada and documentaries, period, don't make their money back. It's just, you get enough money to make the film and that's it. And we're happy that the film's out. But by some stroke of luck, that was both timing, as in we hit at a really good moment. The film covers a lot of ground, all these kinds of things. We actually did make our money back, and we're still in profit, some of which rolls back into doing other things like this new cut of the film. So we wanted to make sure the film was available to a wider audience. So the whole thing's posted up on YouTube now with a link to donate to the filmmakers to kind of keep the thing going as much as possible. YouTube's interesting. I mean, we can have a larger discussion about this if you want, but it's a useful tool and a frustrating tool. Because as somebody who, or as a group of people who want the film out there and who want the issues discussed and all these kinds of things, it's great that it's getting reach. And I'm talking about BitTorrent and all that kind of stuff. It's great that it's out there. On the other hand, you're trying to make a living. So when you're a small film company, it's difficult to see downloads happening from your film at the same rate as some Hollywood films. Yeah, that's another issue. We can get into that later. I shouldn't open the box at this point.